Mahathir, 92, breathed lifetime in the before-election time in a amazing back-to-frontline policy by connecting forces in his arch-nemesis, ex-Vice Main Secretary Anwar Ibrahim, whom he one day concluded for corrupt practices and buggery. Mahathir and Anwar include put towards competition to attention on overcoming leader Najib and his joint Malays domestic organisation, UMNO, side, that forms the greatest component in the governing Barisan Nasional coalition. Najib done the ad at his office space in the nation's administration equity of Putrajaya, soon following afternoon, regional period. He announced how the Tsar had assented to the dissolving, that will get impact on Sunday, April 7. The nation will include to go to the polls during 60 days of dissolving. The nation's poll committee will now solve dates for appointment of candidates, the long of the campaign time and the day for elections. Preliminary to dissolving, Najib's Barisan Nasional coalition detained 131 of 222 parliament seats. In the upcoming elections, voters will throw ballots for parliament seats, as on seats in country legislatures, that are anticipated to be diluted in the upcoming days. Mahathir's side diluted the work up to the poll has been mired in debate as Najib's by the government has taken to future drag its capture on force. The opposition has charged it of common gerrymandering and growing brushouts amongst its ethnical Malaysian village power base. On Thursday, Malaysia authorities orderly the interim dissolving of Mahathir's side since of lacking office work, a go-wide told to be and try to hinder the opposition. This justification for the is how amongst less than educated men and less than aware voters the will neutralize several of the Mahathir impact, told Bridget Welch, a prof of policy scientific at John Cabot College who specializes in Malaysia policy. She added how time it was a severe strike to the opposition, it was anticipated and may backfire. Time the more extensive effect is difficult to action. Mahathir and his allies may do several inroads. The archivist of Society's formal in accusation of policy side register, Suryati Ibrahim, was cited by print as proverb how Mahathir's side could circulation versus the governing or inverse the procedure if it provides the required documents during 30 days, lack that it will be constant. Mahathir told his party Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia, PPBM, will circulation, remarkable a daring mention by addition how the side will go on to campaigning, we include the law to use our behalf and logotype plough the day ROS deregisters us. Yet, Wong Chahuat, a policy scholar at Penang Institution, told Mahathir is hardly to challenge the procedure and will be capable to competition by the flag of else opposition side and will yet conduct the opposition in the poll. He wint he and he can't since the poll committee wint he take appointment of candidates by a deregistered side, he added. Or side affiliation is not though constitutionally require. View is separated above if Mahathir has the influence to displace Barisan Nasional, that has controlled continuous with the nation's autonomy in 1957. Structure Najib has a precise benefit taking into account the unlevel game box and his monitoring of asset, but the poll is liquid and the opposition has been getting land in latter months, told Welch to currently, Najib should gain, but the campaigning is essential in Malaysia and can change or mobilize the land. Najib by the government's hard-handed tactic in the history few weeks include not helping him. Break view social discontent in Najib has grown up in latter year, particularly following news story ruined above estimated finance poor management of a by the government run foundation named One Malaysia Growth Berhad, or 1MDB. Najib has been involved in accusations how hundreds of millions of dollars were kidnapped of the foundation, that he shaped in 2009 to put in characteristic, infrastructure facilities and power projects. The U.S. Judiciary Division registered lawsuits in 2016, corrected over the year, to restore more than rather than $1.7 trillion how prosecutorial told were washed via the foundation, that is led by Najib. U.S. judiciary officials told how among 2009 and 2015, more than rather than $3.5 trillion of 1MDB was misappropriated by top-level officials of the executive board and associates. In addition the joint state, some countries are studying the foundation. They include coordinated how if the opposition wins, Mahathir would be an intermediate main secretary before Anwar is capable to receive a king forgiveness for his buggery belief, that disqualifies him of challenging the elections or keeping office space. Anwar's woman, Wan Aziza Wan Ismail, is the applicant for the vice main secretary part. Growing expenses of residing and an increasing fracture amongst the nation's multiracial, much religious population include as well dented Najib's popular. Yet, the opposition in Malaysia is weaker now compared in the recent poll in 2013, while the Barisan Nasional coalition led by Najib limped to the complete link, loser the famous voice and lacked to stump a couple thirds most in parliament. Adjustment. Early release of the history had turned on a quotation unjustly ascribed to Wang Jahuat. The quotation has been removed.